What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to our channel, and today we're going to talk about something that has been on your mind actually kind of all this week, or maybe even for the past couple weeks, I'm not sure, and that is using the scale and the psychological issues, I guess you could say, that could arise from that. So why don't you just maybe talk about what you've been feeling?
So I'm down to my target weight, and I've been down there for a few weeks now.
It's about 100 pounds, right?
Yeah, and so I've been down there for a few weeks now, and so obviously, especially being a woman, the scale fluctuates every week, right? And so seeing it go up and down is kind of a mind fuck. Not gonna lie, it really messes with you, and especially like I come from a past where I've definitely had disordered eating, and I definitely had an eating disorder, and so that's something that never quite leaves you. And so seeing the scale fluctuate like that can really mess you up and really have some bad thoughts about stuff. So I feel like from here on out, I'm just not gonna really step on the scale.
Yeah, and that's absolutely fair enough, especially once you get, like you said, to a point where you're kind of happy with actually kind of what the weight is. Then you could focus on refining the different parts of your body that you want to shape or tone or whatever. And the scale really is not going to reflect how well you're doing in that goal, right? So then it's time to move on to a different type of metrics to measure what your success is. And I don't think we know at this point what that's going to be.
No, and I think there's still value in maybe like once a month or every other week checking the scale, just to make sure I'm like on maintenance and I'm like on the right track and I'm not like overly gaining.
Yeah, I might.
For me, I think that'll be
okay. And I can see that, but I could even throw some pushback on that if that you're having a hard time mentally with the scale, and even if you measure every month, but you're doing really well and you're putting on lots of muscle.
That's true.
You can in 1 month you could jump on the scale and be like 110. You'd be like, what is going on?
Yeah,
and like you're skinnier and fitter and toner than ever, right? So then like are you gonna look at that 110 and be like, uh-oh, right? So I don't know, like I don't think it's that's like if it's not working for you and it's not the metric, then don't use it. So like for me, I still have like, I still got my 20-25 pounds or whatever it is that I need to lose, and that's the easiest way for me to measure that is the scale dropping, because it just has to drop. So it's really good for me, and I'm going to keep using it and probably be the same as you until I get down to that weight. Then I'm going to use it. Then after that, I probably won't use it anymore. Because like, you know me, going into getting like an actual scan or going into a hydrostatic tank or something like that to measure what your actual body composition is, that's the best thing you can do. And the scale is just everything blown up into this one number, and it really, unless you're doing a whole bunch of other different measurements with it, it doesn't give you a good representation of how well you're doing in your journey.
Well, and I guess like there are scales, like ours just shows weight, that's it. But there are scales that show like body mass, bone density, and water.
Well, we even had one of those before, and I don't think they're very accurate. Like I went on it, I guess it could trend.
But but I think that's for those, maybe it's not 100% accurate, but I think it's like you're measuring yourself against yourself. So I think that's that would be better for me.
Sure, it could be, again, in terms of accuracy, I throw up a word of caution. This one, I think it was like almost $100 we paid for it. This was a while ago.
Really?
And when I measured the body fat, like before I went to Science North to do that weigh-in, I think I was at like 33% body fat or something like that, but then in the tank I was like 24, 23, so it was like off by 10% body fat. Like, so
the old scale.
That actually weighed percent volume of water and percent.
But you know what I'm saying? If you're just doing it against yourself, so consistent, so you can see a trend.
Hopefully, hopefully, for sure. Because you just with that you want to see your trend going downwards. Anyway, so I think that's a really good point, and I think we're at the point. I think we're week 14 now or so. So I think we have maybe 2 weeks to go in terms of this original lose as much.
Days.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good point. Like you've already reached your goal, like you said. It's a good point to stop with the scale. I'm still gonna do my scale for the next month or so, and then we'll reevaluate and go from there.
But and I think that's important too. Like when you are on like a fat loss, weight loss journey, is definitely to always reevaluate things. And once something's not working for you, then just cut it and move on and find something else.
Yeah. As long as the thing that's not working for you is like eating healthy and exercising, don't cut that out. Keep that going. But if anything is messing around with your mental game, then try to figure out what the problem is and
fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's easy. What kind of advice is this? Figure out what the problem is and just fix it.
Fix it.
That's I don't know how helpful that is, but
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyways, worked for us.
So how did you do this week?
So this week I lost 3 pounds exactly,
Awesome.
so down to 167, which is a little bit of, it's really annoying because as I was telling you earlier, that is the weight that I was, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago even.
Yeah.
So the past 2 weeks were a little iffy, but my waist is 90.0 centimeters, which is down 1.5 centimeters from last week.
That's huge.
And of course it's the lowest that it's been. It was even lower by like a centimeter and a half than when I was at 167 2 weeks ago, so 3 weeks ago.
That's awesome.
So it's like, what's going on? Is
but see,
you
then
know,
this,
so
but
that's
then
where
this is
you,
the thing
you
with the scale, right?
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah. So I have 22 pounds left to go to 145. Hopefully I can meet that soon. I just won't eat for the next 3 weeks. Problem solved.
And
See,
this
these
is
are so easy.
why the scale for me, I have to step away.
Yeah. Passing. That will be another topic for another day. Yes. I am sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, I think that's it for this week. Just talking about the scale and how much Andrea hates it, basically. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. If you like our videos, subscribe. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
And we'll see you for a brand new video on
Wednesday.
Have a good one.